I'm a trans woman, and I regret transitioning. Before I made the choice, before hormones, before surgeries, before changing my name, I had a life that to most people would have seemed complete. I had a beautiful wife, a child. We were planning to have more. We owned a home. I had a stable job, and I was conventionally attractive as a man. But one by one, all of those things were taken from me. All except one. 50-50 custody of my child. That's the only piece of my old life that still remains. When I look in the mirror now, I see a woman who is decently attractive. I pass. I blend in. Some might even say I'm beautiful. But here's the truth no one talks about. I traded in one kind of suffering for another. Yes, my dysphoria improved. But what did I really gain? My dating pool shrank. My career opportunities diminished. People treat me differently. Not always worse, but rarely better. And with the way the world is going, there's a growing fear deep in my bones that people like me might not be safe forever. I still want the same things I wanted before. A loving partner, a stable home, more children, a future. But those dreams feel further away now than ever before. And I'm nearing 30. If I had a crystal ball, if I could have seen this exact future years ago, I wouldn't have transitioned. Even if it meant spiraling into depression. Even if it meant mental health collapse. Because this is just a different kind of collapse. Lonelier, colder, quieter. Detransitioning isn't an option either. The dysphoria I'd experience, it would destroy me. Suicide would be inevitable. So here I am, a single trans woman parent, trying to survive, carrying a deep, silent ache that I traded one hell for another. And sometimes, I wonder if I would have been better off doing what so many before me did. Repress. And pretend. Pretend hard enough to convince myself it was all okay. But it wasn't. And it isn't now either. So I ask you, what would you have done? If your identity brought you peace, but cost you everything else? Let me know in the comments. I read every word. And if this story moved you, if it made you think, please like the video, subscribe to Confession Chronicles, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, take care of your heart and be kind to others, because you never know the battles they're fighting in silence. I have gonorrhea. Let that sink in for a moment. I have gonorrhea, and I've been married for 11 years, 14 years with the same man. I haven't been with anyone else. Not once. Not even close. He was my world, my safe place, my home. And yet, here I am. As a general practitioner, I've sat across from countless patients, women and men, dealing with situations like this. Scared, confused, ashamed, and never once did I judge them. So why? When I received my results, did the shame hit me like a tidal wave? I double-checked, 2 samples, tested 3 times, still positive, still real. At first, I thought there had to be a mistake, a mix-up. Maybe the lab got something wrong? But no, it was me. It is me. And I've been quiet. I haven't told a soul until now, not even my best friend, not even my sister. Just silence. Because I couldn't face saying the words out loud. I'm a wife, a mother, a doctor. I have a 9-year-old son. And for the first time, I feel like I don't even know what's real anymore. I never had a reason to doubt my husband. He works remotely, marketing, long hours at home behind a screen. Or at least, that's what I believed. Now everything feels like a lie. Every late call, every coffee run, every "I'll be right back." Was he really home all those times? Was he ever really faithful? It's like a movie I never thought I'd be in, And the worst part? He's still acting normal, still kissing our son goodnight, still asking me what I want for dinner. Like our lives haven't quietly exploded beneath the surface. I haven't confronted him yet, not because I'm afraid of what he'll say, but because I already know. The truth is written between the lines. I know what I have to do. I know I need to talk to a divorce solicitor. But the shock hasn't worn off. Not yet. The betrayal isn't just physical. It's emotional, spiritual. It's the violation of a world I thought was sacred. And right now, talking anonymously, like this, it's the only way I can breathe. Because I know, once I speak it out loud, to him, to anyone, everything changes. Have you ever been blindsided by someone you trusted with your entire heart? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you've made it this far, thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe for more true emotional stories. I'm getting a vasectomy. After my wife's second childbirth. It's the least I can do. My wife just gave birth to our second child. A beautiful baby girl. We also have a 3-year-old son who keeps us on our toes every single day. And after a lot of deep, honest conversations, we've both decided we're done having kids. That's when I told her, I'll get a vasectomy. Not because she asked me to, not because I felt pressured, but because it felt right. I watched her carry 2 pregnancies. I saw her body change in ways I'll never fully understand. I saw the pain, the strength, the nights she couldn't sleep, the way she still showed up for our family. Even when she was exhausted, hormonal, or just hurting, she gave her body twice to bring life into this world. And not just that. She risked her health. She sacrificed her comfort. And yet, she never complained. After all that, asking her to go through more hormonal birth control or get her tubes tied. It didn't sit right with me. So I'm stepping up. I'm taking the responsibility. A vasectomy is a small thing compared to everything she's done. It's safe, it's simple, and it's the least I can do. I won't lie though. I'm a little nervous about the procedure. The idea of surgery, even a minor one, makes you think. And yes, the recovery part, kinda intimidating. But when I think about her, everything becomes clear again. She endured so much for our family, things I'll never truly experience. So this is my way of saying thank you, of showing her that I see her, that I appreciate every sacrifice she's made. I'm proud of this decision, but I also feel a bit vulnerable, and I think that's okay, because being a man doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It means you choose to do the right thing, even when you're afraid. What do you think? Should more men take the lead when it comes to permanent birth control after kids? If this story resonated with you, hit that like button. Subscribe to Confession Chronicles. In 25 minutes, my life will change forever. I'm about to be free. In just 25 minutes, my life will be different. I'm 38 years old, and I've been in a relationship with a man, 44 years old, for almost 3 years. But we were best friends for nearly a decade before that. It's complicated. I wish I could say I didn't see it coming, that I was blindsided, but I wasn't. The truth is, I was a fool. I believed that maybe, just maybe, I was different. That for me, he would change. That with me, he was healing. He's a sex addict, a real one. Not just a guy with a high sex drive. It's a pattern, a cycle, a sickness, and I supported him. I encouraged him. I put myself on hold to cheer for his recovery because I thought if I just loved him enough, he would want to be better. For me, for us. But love isn't a cure. And unfortunately, addicts don't change because someone else hopes they will. Eventually, he came clean. He told me the truth. All the ways he would cheat, how he sought out women, how he would lie to my face, then run into the arms of another, even hours after looking me in the eyes and swearing I was the only one. And still, I stayed. I listened. I wanted to believe he was trying. But deep down, I knew he hadn't changed. So I tested it. I created a fake profile, used the kind of buzzwords I knew would catch his attention, words he'd used in his past affairs, phrases he'd always fallen for. And guess what? He took the bait. He talked to her. He flirted with her. He arranged to meet her. He doesn't know it yet. But that woman is me. Right now, as I'm speaking these words to you, he's sitting in his SLAA meeting. He's in therapy, probably telling his counselor how much progress he's making. In a few minutes, he'll text me, his girlfriend, saying he's going to run an errand. And right after that, he'll text her, saying, "I'll be there in 10 minutes. I already know where he's going, and I'm going to be there. Not as the fake woman, not as the errand, but as myself. I'm gonna show up, and I'm going to confront him, not out of rage, not for revenge, but for closure. Because this is the moment I stop being the woman who waits, who hopes, who sacrifices, who accepts less than she deserves. This is the moment. I walk away. I know some people will say this isn't what a grown woman should do, but after everything I've been through, after all the lies, the tears, the false hope, this is what I need to do. And in 25 minutes, I will finally be free. What would you do if you had the chance to catch someone in the very moment they were betraying you? Would you show up? Or would you simply walk away in silence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story touched something in you or reminded you of your own strength, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more raw, emotional stories like this one. You are stronger than you know. And sometimes, walking away is the most powerful thing you can do.
My parents put a camera in my bedroom. Now I can't even breathe. I don't know what to do. I've always had a camera in my bedroom. At first, I wasn't comfortable with it, but we compromised. I told them I'd be okay with it, only if I kept it turned on while doing schoolwork until midnight, just so they could check on me. And for a while, that was fine. But recently, my father caught me sneaking out my school laptop at midnight. It was during summer break, and I swear, I only did it once. When my parents confronted me, they asked me so many questions. I could tell they were trying to catch me red-handed, to make me confess. I panicked. I lied. I was just too scared. And that's when everything changed. Because now I'm labeled a liar. They don't believe me when I say it was a one-time thing. They don't believe anything I say anymore. Now, things have gotten worse. My father changed the camera's position. Before, it only faced my desk. But now, it watches my entire room. Back then, I only opened the camera feed at night when I had schoolwork. Now, it's open 24/7. I asked my dad if I could just close it during the day. I change clothes in there, I rest, I need privacy. I even told him I'd still open it at night, so he could see if I was sneaking out the laptop. But he got furious. He accused me of wanting to hide something inappropriate. He told me to just change in the bathroom, and that wanting privacy meant I was hiding something bad, and I was just scared of getting caught. Look, I get it, I did sneak out, and to be honest, it wasn't the first time. So maybe they're just fed up with me. But still, it's really hard walking into your own bedroom, knowing someone is always watching you. That camera doesn't just see what I do, it invades who I am. I felt so sad lately, just thinking about it. I barely feel human in my own space. Any advice? I don't want to report my parents, they're still my parents, and I want to have a close relationship with them. But I can't destroy the camera either. I'm terrified they'll kick me out. And maybe I do deserve this. But at the same time, I don't. I just don't know what to do anymore. Would you be able to live under 24/7 surveillance, even in your bedroom? Is this strict parenting? Or does it cross the line into something more dangerous? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If this story touched you, hit the like button to support this channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more true, emotional confessions. And ring that bell so you never miss an update. You never know whose story might help you feel less alone.
My friend was diagnosed with cancer. Then her husband asked for a divorce. I'm writing this through tears. I can't stop shaking. My best friend, she's 34 years old, a bright, funny, selfless woman, was just diagnosed with breast cancer. She has 2 small kids. One is 3, the other is just 6. She hasn't even had time to let it all sink in. She's still in shock. And then, her husband, the man who stood beside her and promised to love her in sickness and in health, sat her down and told her he wants a divorce. Just like that. No hesitation, no compassion. His exact words? I can't handle this. No, we'll fight this together. No, you're not alone. Just, I'm out. She didn't even cry when she told me. She just stared, like her body hadn't caught up with the pain yet. And now, she's trying to figure out how to tell her kids that mommy is sick, and possibly that daddy is leaving too. How is that even real? How do you explain to 2 innocent little children that life can change this drastically, this cruelly? I'm furious. I want to scream at him. I want to protect her. I want to fix this. I want to make it all better. But I can't. And that feeling of helplessness is breaking me too. She's terrified. She doesn't know how she's gonna do this. Cancer, 2 little kids, no partner, no plan. Just fear and heartbreak. How do you even begin to put the pieces back together when everything falls apart all at once? How do you survive cancer and abandonment at the same time? If there's anyone out there who has been through something like this, please, tell me what helped. Tell me what to say to her. Tell me how she makes it through this, because she's strong. God, she's so strong. But this is too much for anyone. What would you do if the person you loved most walked away when you needed them the most? Have you ever faced heartbreak and survival at the same time? Please share your story in the comments. Someone out there might need your words more than you know. If this story moved you, even just a little, please give this video a like and subscribe for more real, raw confessions like this one. Your support helps these voices be heard. And trust me, some of them desperately need to be. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and if you can, be there for someone who's hurting, because sometimes just being there.
Just found out. My husband is dying. Not today, not tomorrow, but slowly, painfully, and inevitably, over the next 15 years, I'm going to watch the man I love fade away. We don't know exactly how quickly it'll happen, but I already feel it moving faster than anyone is saying. It started with something that looked like fainting, falling asleep for just a few seconds, randomly. We brushed it off. Maybe it was stress, maybe exhaustion, but then the memory lapses came. The emotional outburst started. His sleep center is definitely damaged. We've barely begun, and he's already slipping. 15 years. That's what they told us. 15 years left together. But 15 years feels like nothing. I've only had him for a year and a half. A year and a half of the kindest, most genuine love I've ever known. And now, the countdown has already begun. We just had a baby. Our daughter is 6 months old, and she's his twin. Same eyes, same smile, same calm. Her first word was Dada, but she'll grow up with only memories, stories of a man who once held her and called her his whole world. 15 years. That's all she'll get of her father. And me? I have borderline personality disorder. Abandonment issues have plagued me my whole life. Every connection, every relationship, always felt like it came with an expiration date. But then I found him, the one who didn't leave, the one who stayed, who loved me for all that I am, the broken, the healing, the chaotic, and the soft. And just when I finally let myself believe I was safe, that I could build a life, that I didn't have to be afraid of being left again, now he's dying, and I can't talk to anyone about it. To the world, I'm the strong one, the rock, the one everyone leans on when life gets heavy. But who do I lean on when it's me breaking? It almost feels ridiculous to grieve him already. We technically still have 15 years, right? But every day that passes, I feel like I'm watching sand slip through an hourglass. Each grain a piece of him that I won't get back. What would you do if the love of your life was slipping away and you couldn't stop it? Would you cherish every second more deeply? Or would you grieve it all in advance? If you've ever felt the weight of loving someone you know you'll lose, share your story below. Let's hold space for each other, because sometimes there was a time in high school, a time that still lingers in my memory like an old bruise that never quite fades. I was going through a tough phase. I struggled with depression, a battle I was silently fighting every single day. And during that time, I also had issues with hygiene. Not because I didn't care, but because I was drowning. Emotionally, mentally. I remember being in class one day. Some guys were talking about girls, not unusual. But then I heard one of them say something that made my stomach turn. "She smells like fish." They laughed. There was more said, but honestly, I'd rather not repeat it. It wasn't until one of them mentioned a particular guy's name that I realized they were talking about me. That guy? He had only talked to me once in class. Once. And yet, he'd apparently told everyone how smelly I was. That one conversation was enough for him to make a joke out of my entire existence. Fast forward a bit. I was sitting in the cafeteria, trying to blend in and mind my business. That same boy and his friend sat at my table. I didn't mind, until I saw his friend push him toward me. Then I heard it. "Does she still smell?" I just sat there, frozen. I understood. Maybe I did smell bad at one point, but I had started to take better care of myself long before this moment. I made the effort every morning, especially before school. And over time, people even started complimenting me, telling me how good I smelled. Even now, years later, I sometimes get those same compliments. But back then, none of that mattered, because that moment was already burned into my memory. It hurt, not just because of what they said, but because they made a joke out of something I was genuinely struggling with. I still battle depression, but I've grown, and I've learned that one moment, one insult, or one person doesn't define me. This is my confession. And if you're someone who's ever been laughed at, judged, or misunderstood, I want you to know, you're not alone. Have you ever been mocked for something you were deeply struggling with? How did it affect you, and how did you rise above it? Share your story in the comments. You never know who it might help. If this confession touched something deep in you, please like the video, subscribe to Confession Chronicles, and hit the bell so you never miss another story. Because here, we don't judge, we just listen. See you in the next one.